Talking Luther College men's basketball with head coach Mark Franzen. And coach, last week BV came to town on Wednesday night. Close competitive ball game. You were trailing at the half, but you guys stuck together and got yourself a victory against a pretty good conference team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other 47 points in the first half was obviously something we got to correct, and but we put up 41 ourselves, I believe. So I mean, we had things going a little bit on the offensive end, and we're just able to get enough stops there in the second half to get the victory.
And Simpson came to town on Saturday, a team you had lost to in overtime 2 weeks prior to that. What was the key to turning it around against the Storm?
I think we're a little bit better positioned on defense. They got some really good penetrators, and just keeping them in front a little bit better, and just doing the best we can there. I think that was a major difference in the second time around.
And this week, a couple more tough ball games. You go down to Loras on Wednesday night, a team that got you by a you beat by a close margin here and started the current win streak that you're on. Obviously, going down there is a different story. What's it going to take to make it a sweep of the Dewhawks? Easier said than done.
Well, I think a couple of things off the top of our head. They get out in transition really well. For the guys, really run the floor well. And we got to do a good job of that. That accounts for quite a few points for them per game. They get out and run the wings really well. And the second, we just need to continue our solid defensive play. I think being in the right spots, jumping to the ball, I think it's going to make a big difference. So it's always a good battle when we play, and we're looking forward to playing them a second time.
And you play BV for the second time in 10 days. It was close and competitive the first go-around. You've struggled out there in years past. What's going to take to keep it on an even keel this year?
Well, I think there can be that view of it, and then there's the game view of it. I think if you've got a lot of guys on either team that are wrapped up in where the game's at and so forth, then you're going to get kind of an outcome steered that way. If the guys are focused on the actual game and what we need to do, I think we'll be in good shape. But that's a good point, because there is you internally think about things one way, or externally think about it like people on the outside. So I'm looking forward to it from that exact perspective, is how we compete this week.
And in an overall question, how difficult is it that internal versus external thinking? Because you want to keep everything in-house, you want to keep the focus game by game, but you don't just talk with your teammates, you don't just talk with your coaches, you talk to other people as well. How do you balance that as a coach?
That's a great question. I think human nature wins out a lot of the times. Human nature is, the old adage, you beat them twice, can you beat them a third time? Well, if enough players get down to actually playing the game and doing what we need to do to execute and on both ends of the floor, then you'll get a true outcome. But a lot of times, you're right. I mean, you get enough guys that are wrapped up in communicating with everybody else, it's going to be tough going there, this and that. Well, that may be true. It certainly can affect performance if enough guys are not in the right mindset.
All right, Coach, hopefully the winning ways can continue this week. We wish best of luck.
All right, thanks.
Mark Franzen talking Luther College men's basketball.